Coming up, late night art building robbery ends in arrest. And later, Wich gives its customers a taste of cryptocurrency.
4 Hawkeyes wrestled their way to Vegas. I'll tell you more in sports.
And now you're looking at a live view of campus where it's bright and chilly. I'll tell you more in weather. All that and more coming up on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere, DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Justina Borgman. Tuesday night, UI police identified and brought into custody the person of interest of the assault of injury that occurred on Monday night. A woman was attacked and robbed at 10 p.m. on Monday near the Art Building West on campus. Multiple hawk alerts were released to all university students with updates and details. The victim described the suspect as a white male with brown hair wearing a red and white jacket. UI police have identified the person of interest as UI student Ali Yunus and was arrested under the charges of first-degree robbery, first-degree theft, and was issued a criminal trespass warning for the UI campus. The UI Department of Public Safety advised students to walk in a group when they can and to be aware of their surroundings at all times. They also told students to call 911 if they are being followed or observe a crime occurring. The University of Iowa hospitals and clinics employees have been recognized on a national level. Medical officials in the LGBTQ+ clinic earned the Healthcare Equality Top Performer title. The clinic provides primary and specialty care for those who identify as LGBTQ+. Some of those care includes providing hormones and sending referrals for surgical procedures. These services help align transgender individuals' gender identity. All staff in the LGBTQ+ clinic participate in training to make patients feel welcomed and affirmed. The UIHC is additionally advancing its breast cancer care. The UI Holding Comprehensive Cancer Center opened a new breast health care center on Monday. The center specializes in providing breast health treatment, including cancer prevention, diagnosis, and treatment. After being postponed multiple times, Bill Nye the Science Guy officially visited the university last night. The actor, comedian, engineer, and scientist had postponed his talk for 2 years due to COVID-19. Nye gave an informative speech at Hampshire Auditorium. He discussed climate change, space, and social issues. He also received an award as he was this year's capstone speaker. The goal of the lecture was to provide solutions to changes that people are currently facing across the world. While the speech was informative, it was also humorous to lighten some of the severity of the topics. He's best known for his role in the show Bill Nye the Science Guy, which ran from 1993 to 1998, and also it won several Emmys. Iowa City community members congregated on the Pentacrest yesterday to take back the night. This is the first time this has been put on since 2019 due to COVID-19. A group of about 200 individuals, including survivors of sexual violence and their advocates, marched through the pedestrian mall, bringing attention to the fact that many people have been harassed, assaulted, or victimized. Take Back the Night is a global movement that started in the 70s as a way to advocate for those who have faced sexual harm and have not felt safe within their communities. Advocates and sexual assault resources were available throughout the event. The theme of this year's rally was shattering the silence, so those who have been affected were given the chance to share their stories. After the march, the group brought back to the old Capitol, and the organizers set up a microphone for the members to speak freely about their experiences. Personal testimonies were shared about sexual violence, as well as frustrations over how the university handles cases of sexual assault and harassment. The University of Iowa President Barbara Wilson has stated one of her accomplishments within the first year as president has been meeting with student groups and university colleges. DITV news reporter, Ashley Wheel is live in the newsroom with more on how organizations reacted to these meetings. Now, Ashley, what are some of these organizations that Barbara Wilson has met with?
Yeah, over this school year, some of the organizations Wilson has met with include Ignite Iowa, which is a nonpartisan UI student group for women and non-binary people in politics, as well as the University of Iowa Republicans and the University of Iowa Democrats. She also made the time to meet with each of the colleges, including the Graduate College.
And how did those students react to these meetings?
Yeah, there were some mixed reactions from the student groups. Ignite Iowa said they found some of the ways Wilson spoke about certain topics to be concerning. Maggie Bashore, the social media coordinator for Ignite Iowa, said that it kind of caught them off guard when she was speaking about the Fiji protests and how when the protests transferred from the Fiji fraternity house to the president's house, she spoke about it more as an inconvenience to her and did not talk about the gravity of the situation as much as they were hoping. The University of Iowa Democrats said in their meeting, which was adjointed with the University of Iowa Republicans, to be unproductive. Wilson agreed that their meeting was frustrating because their goal was to have the groups agree on a topic, but no real consensus was made. However, the meetings with the different colleges were said to be quite productive, as the dean of the Graduate College said that she was thrilled that the president took the time to meet with them. Back to you, Justina.
Thanks, Ashley. Protesters gathered outside Schwartzberger's East Side on Monday to protest on behalf of a former employee. The Center for Worker Justice of Eastern Iowa organized this protest against wage theft. They're requesting that $20,000 be paid to a former employee who worked overtime for 13 years without compensation. Schwartz co-owner Kevin Perez acknowledges that he let her clock in early, but it was clear that she would not be paid overtime. The center has tried to work with Perez to see pay stubs and records, but some form of a decade ago, they are hard to find. And along with wage theft claims, Schwartz is facing financial struggles as the downtown location closed earlier this month due to building repair issues. One sandwich shop is dipping into a new kind of currency. Wich Superior Sandwiches offers a new deal that allows customers to get a taste of cryptocurrency. The April deal begins April 29th and will feature a $15 meal box. Inside this box, customers will find the typical sandwich, chips, and a cookie, in addition to a Wich branded crypto coin. The coin has started a value of $10 and is tied to the value of Bitcoin. The coin must be used within 2 years of purchasing the meal box. And temperatures are finally starting to be consistent. Today, we can expect a high of 62 degrees and a low of 39 degrees with scattered clouds throughout the day. Tomorrow will be more of the same with a high of 60s and a low in the 50s, but there will be a chance for rain. To round out the work week, we should have another nice day with temperatures in the low 60s and cloudy skies to get into the weekend. But we can expect our warmest days in the forecast on Saturday. But it might not necessarily be the most ideal outdoor weather due to likely storms. Sunday should be nice with a 55-degree forecast and partly cloudy skies with a low of 43 degrees. Las Vegas is probably much warmer than Iowa City if I had to guess. Ethan, I've heard there are a few wrestlers headed out west, right?
Yeah, Justina, Iowa's definitely much colder than Vegas. 4 Hawkeye wrestlers and Hawkeye Wrestling Club members are headed to Las Vegas to compete in the U.S. Open Championships. Redshirt freshman Cullen Schriever and Hawkeye Wrestling Club member Pat Lugo will be competing in the senior division. Schriever and second-seeded Lugo qualify for the 2022 World Team Trials and Final X. The UWW U20 freestyle brackets include redshirt freshman Jesse Ibarra, freshman Caleb Rosgen, and freshman Sebastian Robles. The UWW U20 freestyle brackets are qualifying events for the 2022 U20 World Team Trials on June 3rd through the 5th in Geneva, Ohio. The U.S. Open begins on April 27th and ends on May 1st. Check back in next week for more updates. Head coach Fran McCaffrey announced that Courtney Eldridge to fill the spot of assistant coach replacing Billy Taylor, who took the head coaching job at Elon University. Eldridge has been on the Hawkeye staff for the past 6 seasons, serving as the program's video coordinator, director of recruiting, and player development for the last 3 years. Eldridge stated, quote, "I am thankful to Coach McCaffrey and Gary Barta for this opportunity, and I know how special this community and program is. I'm excited to mentor the student athletes in our program," end quote. Since 2019, Eldridge has contributed to 20-plus Hawkeye wins and has been a mainstay in the national rankings. Eldridge also aided the Big Ten championship win this past season. Eldridge will begin his position this upcoming season, 2022 to 2023. And with that, I'm throwing it back to Justina to close out the show.
Thanks, Ethan, and thank you for tuning in to DITV News. Head over to thedailyiowan.com for all of your latest news between Monday and Friday, and tune back in on Friday at 8:30 a.m. for another news and sports update. From DITV News, I'm Justina Borgman. Have a splendid day.